Hi, this is Emily Prokop from The Story Behind to talk about how I made my Libsyn webpage. So as you can see, I'm in Libsyn, I'm in my account, and how I start is I go to Destinations, and then this is the podcast page right here, the podcast page new, and I go to Edit. So you want to put the banner image in here and use the recommended dimensions. I actually made mine in Canva, and it's pretty similar to my actual cover art. So this thing right here, the display title, I have it unchecked because I already have my name in the art, but if I check it, let's see what happens. Right now my page looks like this. But if I check it, it shows it here in a bar, and I don't really want that. So I'm going to uncheck it. Now, if you do have it checked, if you don't have the cover art yet, you can change the title color. So I'll change it to that. And it will turn purple. So just something to think about if you haven't made your art yet, or you're waiting for somebody to make it. It's not bad. It doesn't look bad at all. So my theme color is actually the same brown I use in my cover art. And what the theme color does, when you look at this, is you see the bar up here on the very top, and then the bar below that actually has the description I put in, and also the play button on the players. The theme color will change all of those. So I like it to be the brown that's in my logo. The theme font color that's below it, this beige color, is from my logo, but it's also the text of the about, contact, episodes, and the text for this description right here, and also for the links. And the episode link color just means that's what color my titles are, and I can change them. But I like them blue just so people know that they are links. It's really a personal preference. I have my media player position on top so that when you open up one of my episodes, the player is right on top. Or you could have it on the bottom. So here's the producer message, which is the description here. And if you go into really any page on my site, that description stays. So people will always have a way to get back to whatever they want. Now, you see I have links up here, and I also have links here. And I'll explain why I did that. Now, Libsyn provides these 3 pages. They also provide a blog page if I wanted to add that. They provide about, contact, and episode. Now, I have about and contact separately up here, but I also have it in the sidebar and right here. And it's really because when I go to a website, I hate looking for things. So I kind of like it in different locations. And you can see when I click on it, the About page, this is the one from Libsyn that I will show you in a minute. And the Contact page, they're completely different. But if I go to the one that I made, it combines them. Now, this About contact page here is one that I made myself, and I will show you how to do that in a little bit. Up here in Pages, this is where you would put your About page and make sure you check that it's active so that it shows up here. And it's simple enough just to use the tools that are already available. And really, what I should do is make that a heading. Now that I'm thinking about it. The reason I use the Libsyn page is because I had no intention of really working with making a website for my show. But the more I learn about how important SEO is, the more I'm kind of picking up, and hopefully I can use it in the future. But I do know that headings, the little Google SEO bots love headings. So just going to adjust my page. All right, I'm going to publish changes to that. All right, so that's all set. Great. So the blog I don't have active, but if I did have active, I could blog about other stuff about the podcast. But for the most part, my listeners are on social media. They're not really checking my website, which is another reason I wanted just a simple, plain website. I didn't want anything crazy. I wasn't going to blog. I wasn't going to start a newsletter. And you can do that with the Libsyn page if you really want to. So here's contact, and I have this one active. And they give you the contact email right here, so it's easy enough to get in touch with you. And I like hyperlinking all of these. I don't like just putting the text and saying, hey, copy and paste this, because people are on their phone. They don't want to do that. This I did because Rob Walsh does it this way, and I don't necessarily want any bots on the internet to grab that email and spam me. So it is hyperlinked. So if they do go to it, see if link, it does have mail to : and then the email address. And then here's my media kit again. So those are the pages that Libsyn gives you. But up here, you already saw how I linked to these pages. And then this right here is what we're going to next, which is the widget. So you can add different widgets. You can add the Facebook one, which shows your posts. You can add the Twitter one that shows your tweets. And then the ones that I already have are the custom HTML, the archives, and the categories. With my show, I like having categories because if you're unfamiliar with it, my show is a short history of everyday objects. And for some reason, people love food. That's their favorite category. They love hearing about the origins of food. So I put things into categories for my show. And the archives is if people want to go back and look at older episodes. Because sometimes I'll do theme months, like I did Forrest Gump February and I did Luck and Superstitions in March. So if they want to get all of those episodes, they can go there. And those are pretty much set up on their own as soon as you click to add them. But the custom HTML, that is where I put my buttons. Now, all I did was I put some type in, and these are just images that I made in Canva. And you can see the dimensions are 200 by 50 pixels. I don't know why I picked that, to be honest. I think that was an arbitrary combination that I just decided, we'll see how this looks. And they look like buttons to me. As you can see, I made them with the same background and the same font and the same colors as my cover art, so that it all looks sort of uniform. And they are hyperlinked. So they link to my About Contact page. So that's pretty much how I made my Libsyn page look the way it did. Now, if you're wondering how I made these specific pages, you can use your Libsyn page as a blog. And what I like to do with these, you'll notice all these dates are from early to mid-October 2016. The reason I did this is because I didn't want them breaking up my website. When you scroll down, I didn't really want them breaking up the episodes. Even though I want people to look at those pages, I figured having them on the side is good enough. I didn't really want them breaking up the episodes in the order I had them in. So what I did was go to Content, add new text post. So let's just do a test. Test 1. Then I would so there's my text. I would add pictures or links. And for a text post, you shouldn't have to validate your RSS. I could be wrong. Dave will correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think for just a text post that's not going out as an episode, you have to worry about that. And I would also change the category to whatever the title was, if it was about or support or gear, just so you have another link in your categories. So I have about and contact here too. Oh, one thing I should mention, whatever you put up here is what is going to be the very last thing in your URL. So it will be yourpodcast.com/ for this one, it would be test 1. Now you can change the title too if you wanted to, but if you wanted the shorter URL, you would just put test 1, save as draft, then go back to content, drafts, open it up, and you can edit it from there. But the URL, because it's already been saved as a draft, for some reason will still save as test 1. So now I don't know why it thinks I want to turn this into an episode, but it thinks I want that. So this is going to be the page I want to publish. And when I was talking about when I publish that, I want to set a new release date under scheduling. I want to go to advanced, uncheck all of these, because if you have it set up where if you put out a new episode, it will automatically go to Twitter and Facebook as a post, and these are checked, it will go to your Twitter and my Facebook page. So I don't want that. And I also don't want it going to my feed because there is one app, and I can't remember which one it is. And I don't want to guess in case I'm wrong. But it does show those text posts for some reason. So I just want to click podcast page. And I will set a new release date. And I will set it before I started this podcast. If you want to put it out to your social media, you can. But I don't think I did that. And then publish. So the URL is test one, not edited. It won't be anything different than what you saved as a draft. So you can say the title differently. You can change the title, but once you save that as a draft, whatever the title is saved as will be the permalink URL. So give it a few minutes and we will open it up and see it. And here it is. And it's published in 2016. So when I refresh the home page, it won't show up. And now that I have this URL, if I wanted to go back and go to my podcast page, I would add a link in here. And I can format it like my other links if I wanted to. And put in this URL. I just copied and pasted, by the way. Put that in. Press OK. It's now a link. I can make it bold. I can italicize it. Make it bigger. Change the color. And there it is. Let me preview that. Here's my test one. Oh, they do not work in preview mode. Well, I can tell you that it will take you to this page. So that's it. I hope that answers any of your questions. And if you have any others, definitely reach out to the wonderful support team at Libsyn at support@libsyn.com, or you can ask me. I am on Twitter at StoryBehindPod, on Facebook at The Story Behind Podcast, or you can email me at thestorybehindpod@gmail.com, or you can go to my website and click on contact and contact me anywhere on this page. All right. Thanks, everyone.